So there is a new vehicle that can increase the player base in a desert called van. And has this van been added to the game in a desert? Let's take a look. Let's see if this van has spawned into the starter house. So there are no vans parked on the left side of the starter house. But what about the right side? So there is no van parked on the right side of the starter house, which means the van spawns in a random building. So I opened the sandbox menu, and there was a slot with no image in the vehicle category, which means it's a van. Dixmeen rushed to add a vehicle slot to the sandbox menu, but there was no image icon. Hopefully, there will be an image icon in the next update. I will spawn a vehicle slot with no image. And it turns out that this is a van. But unfortunately, the building is random, and there are parts missing after spawning, namely the door, frame and windows. I tried spawning the van twice, but it didn't work. It's the same problem as with ladder when spawning twice in sandbox. So I skipped the video first to find the missing part of the van, and here it is, the van vehicle in a desert. This van model is based on the 1968 Chevrolet Sport van. So this model is very accurate compared to the real world model. But the rims on that van are from a Lada car, but that's okay. It's time to try opening the van door from the side and rear. So the door of this van does not use a sliding mechanism, but is opened by pulling and pushing. And the rear door of the van also works too. There is a new seat model inside the van, but there is a seat missing after spawning the van, and I will add and attach the seat that is missing. I tried attaching the seat from the front, and it didn't work. It seems like this is a bug. I found the part, and this is the long seat from the van part, called L seat, but it's for the back of the van. Okay, here is the part that is displayed. Okay, it's attached, and this long seat is from the rear interior. So I tried to attach the seat from the front, and it didn't work anymore. Hopefully, if I rejoin, it will be possible to attach it. This is the new van engine model I spawned, which is a V8 engine, but smaller in size, and also a radiator with 2 fans but also smaller in size. Let's see how much oil the van engine capacity is. The oil engine capacity is 8 liters. What about the radiator capacity? So the radiator capacity is 4 liters, which is very small. To attach the engine and radiator, open the engine door from the interior, then attach the engine and radiator, just like the van in Dusty Trip. Oh, I almost forgot, the battery is located at the back of the engine, but it's already attached. So I filled it up with gas, and it took 8 liters. But I think the V8 engine in this van is different because it runs on gas, while the big red V8 engine uses diesel. Okay, it's filled up, and it's time to test the speed and acceleration of the van. Okay, this is the van steering wheel. Its design looks old-fashioned and it has 4 spokes, very unique. Okay, here's the van mirror. But the problem with this van mirror is that it can't be adjusted, although it does have a reflection. Then I tried to adjust the sun visor, but it didn't work either. And then I tried to open the car window, but it didn't work either. The window on the right side door also can't be opened. Now, it's time to put the van to the test, speed and acceleration. Okay, let's see how many gears the van has. So the van gearbox has 4 gears. Unfortunately, it's always 4. Hopefully, in the next update, a new vehicle will have 5 gears, which would make the top speed better. I looked at the RPM meter, and it turns out the red line for shifting gears is at 7,000 revolutions per minute. So, The van acceleration from 0 to 60 kilometers per hour is 24 seconds. I'm not sure if the speedometer is accurate, but there seems to be something strange about it. It seems there was an error in the acceleration test because of an uphill or downhill slope, so the results aren't accurate, but that's okay. And the van top speed is 80 kilometers per hour from speedometer. Remember, when the RPM reaches the red line and you can't shift gears anymore, that means you've reached the top speed. The van crash mechanic works. As you can see, I got hit by the rough surface of the rocks. Let's see if the radio can be attached in the van dashboard where there's an empty slot. It turns out the radio can be attached, but the problem is that it's attached backwards, facing the rear. Hopefully Dixmeen will fix this. So the bug was fixed a few minutes later, and the front seat can now be attached. And the small seat can also be attached near the van long seat. With all the seats attached, the van ends up with a total of 5 seats. So I tested the vehicle fuel consumption, starting with 26 liters of gas, and the target distance for the test was 10 kilometers on the odometer. The handbrake is located on the dashboard near the steering wheel, because the engine is positioned in the middle console. Let's check whether the headlights are working. It turns out the headlights work as well. It's time to test the van fuel consumption over a distance of 10 kilometers on the odometer. I'll speed up the video since it takes too long. A little more until the odometer reaches 10 kilometers. Okay, we've reached 10 kilometers on the odometer, and it's time to check the van fuel consumption. 2.3 liters of gas has been used from 26 to 23.7 liters. 1.2 liters of oil has been used from 8 to 6.8 liters. And 0.4 liters of water has been used from 4 to 3.6 liters. In my opinion, the van fuel consumption is good and balanced, with no extreme overconsumption. So there is a new building, which is a small house, but the texture and windows are different, which I've never seen before. Inside the small house, there's a damaged wall with a hole in it, and most of the item spawns are medium or rather small. But there are no lights inside the house. Okay, here's the basement from the trapdoor. I tried to open the trapdoor, but unfortunately it didn't work. I guess that's just how it's designed. Okay, another small house, but the texture is different from brick. I went inside this house, and it turns out it has 2 rooms. Most of the item spawns are small or medium, if I'm not mistaken. I apologize, I couldn't find 2 more new buildings because I didn't have time to upload the video, but there are 4 new buildings in total. If you find these buildings, just comment below. So there's a new item in a desert. The first one being the taxi sign cab. When attached to the roof of a car, it lets you roleplay as a taxi. The second one is a dining table. The third is a school desk. So these 2 tables are new items. It seems like there are 4 new items of trash, 2 pieces of paper, and 2 cardboard boxes that have been opened. The last new item is the washing machine. I tried operating it, but it didn't work. Alright, that's the van update in a desert. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Like the video, leave a comment, and see you next time.